wow.
But-
Every time I start a
but-
stream, I
but if I'm-
cough.
But if I'm off on weekends, I get like a full 8 hours.
Hey,
8 to
run,
9 hours
run,
of sleep.
run.
Okay.
Just hold on,
That's
run.
good to hear. Too.
And that's if I'm
Oh.
not working.
Oh, anyways, are you watching my stream though right now? So I am. I played this game a bit offline,
Oh, there's an arc thrower
and
here,
all I did was just move some things around.
Oh, I can't see it.
You can't see my stream? No.
Nope.
Hold on, Twitch.
Oh, never mind.
No, now you can. Oh, yeah,
Never mind.
perfect.
Yeah, now I
So
can.
yeah, I just moved
Okay, this
this.
is nice.
So pretty much this is my whole entire park, pretty much. I was supposed to put this here, but I want to see how it would do here, because I wanted to add another roller coaster right here.
Yeah.
There's one coaster here. I wanted to go around here, and then bam.
Yeah, do it.
And this is challenge mode, so it's really hard. I hope you like the names I have. There's Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, the Jake Trump mark.
Big hairy balls.
No, it's a ride that he named Donald J. Trump.
Damn.
This one's just called Fuck You.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
This one's called Anal Punishment.
Anal punishment.
This one's called The Boner.
The boner.
This one's
What are
called
the other
Adopt a Moron.
Adopt a moron.
This was Come in My Dookie Butt.
Come in my dookie butt.
Oh, and the best one. Run your kids over, bitch.
Run your kids over.
It's a
bitch.
bumper car,
Oh my god, bro.
so it makes sense.
It's a
Alright.
very nice design, though.
Eh.
Besides the vulgar names.
Oh, you want to see how it looks like at night? Let's see. This is what it looks like at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simple. Ooh.
Oh, did you want to see my... Wait, did you want to see something cool? Wait, I gotta show you something cool. Let me see.
But you know, it's funny that you mentioned my sleep schedule, Sal, because my parents always, or my mom, I should say, always fucking gets on me about sleeping late.
Man, you're an
Why?
adult. You could do it.
Hero, you
Girl,
asked
well,
why?
right.
Yeah.
You asked why because of the dogs. Because of the
Ah,
dogs
okay.
and because of my job.
Yeah, they just don't track well at all. I forgot.
Yeah, it's because they're orbitals.
And another thing that my mom always tries to get me on about is she always says you never sleep this fucking late
That
when you're
would be
at she's like, you never sleep
Huh.
this fucking late when you're at Disneyland, and I'm like, yeah, that's because Disneyland is worth it to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, do you or do you not get up on time even if you sleep late? Like,
Well, this also
Let's see.
happens to be like on days that I have off.
Oh,
what? Then why
Yeah.
would she care?
Because she never experienced, I guess she never experienced like sleeping in like tremendously late before, unless she was like sick with something.
Okay, doesn't mean people can't do it. There's nothing wrong with sleeping in late. Like, you sleep whenever you want to.
It's because she's like, you waste your entire morning, and I'm like, well, I mean, there's nothing
Waste-
to do in the morning.
What are you doing in the morning? Do you have important business to be getting to?
Do you have
Like,
a
Well-
does it
well,
matter?
If I'm off on the weekends and
I'm
if
out of
my
names, by
parents
the
are
way.
home, then no. No, I don't.
There you go. Then why does she care?
And besides, I wake up to feed the dogs anyways, and I go back to sleep.
Oh, there you go.
And they go back to sleep with me. The dogs sleep as late as I do.
Wait, are they not there to like feed the dogs ever either?
Well, they go to work at like 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and they usually they have to.
see what I mean, bro?
They're,
See what I mean, hero? I want dogs. Like, yeah, you go to work when they need to eat, and you're like, bro, you can't feed them.
Yeah, why don't they give them food every now and then? Like, there's nothing wrong with a dog eating at 5. or 6.
As they're on a
True.
very rigorous eating schedule.
Oh, I see.
Rigorous
From the
eating
vet.
schedule? From the vet? Why?
Well, one of our dogs does have sensitive stomach issues, so apparently, if
Does he?
you feed him, if you feed him earlier or later than what you normally, well, actually earlier than what you normally feed him by, then his stomach just gets all out of whack and it just doesn't.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
Hey, Antonio, are you
Oh,
watching my
shit.
stream?
So we feed him special food. Yeah,
Here, check this out. Check this out. You ready? You ready?
Okay, it's dead. Oh
Here
god.
it goes. Are you watching it, Antonio?
Okay, what the fuck?
yeah.
Alright.
Oh, that's
Also-
a fucking stalker.
Also, Hero. Oh, fireworks. Also, Hero. It's another sort of thing that my mom sort of just brought upon when we got
shit.
the
I
dogs.
don't think you saw that.
Wait, brought
So it's-
upon? What do you mean?
Like it's the preferable time that she would like to feed the dogs is like 8:30 in the morning and 6 o'clock at
Preferable
night.
time. So is there any specific reason for that though?
I should ask her that.
Like, if there's
Isn't
not
it-
a
what?
reason, then does it matter if you feed them slightly earlier?
I've fed them a whole lot later before. I've fed them like at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning,
Dude,
and they're
dude,
fine.
Antonio, do you want to know the
Is this
truth?
not-
Do you really want to know the truth, Antonio?
Oh fuck,
Maybe
that's a
it's
whole bomb.
just
Shit.
maybe it's just all about control.
Antonio, do you really want me to tell you the truth?
Fuck.
Oh shit.
I forgot it was a hell
What?
bomb. I should have said run.
The truth is, your dogs don't give a shit. You could spit on a pickle, rub it between your ass cheeks, give it to the
What the
dog,
fuck?
and it will eat it. And it will be happy. It'll even be extra happy, like, oh, my owner wiped his ass on it. Oh shit!
What the
Oh,
fuck?
my-
Alright, we gotta go this way.
Because it'll smell like you, bro.
Yeah, dude, like the dogs don't
True.
give a fuck, dude. They don't care. They eat their own shit, dude. They don't care.
Yeah, actually, literally, they do eat their own shit.
Well,
But
my dogs,
unfortunately, it's not a
my
good
dogs
thing.
don't do that.
It's not a good
Antonio,
thing,
your
man.
dogs eat their own shit. My dogs do it.
No,
Your
they
dogs
don't.
do it. Your dog
No,
is
not
not
every
Jesus
dog does.
Christ.
Some dogs don't do that.
Well,
Not-
actually,
not
what kind
every-
of dogs do you have?
No,
one
it's not based
is-
on the breed. It's just not every dog does that.
Is it like a boy? Is it a girl? Is it?
They're both boys.
Like none
never
of the
mind
dogs ever eat their own shit
'Cause it's
except for
almost-
the puppy that I have.
because
This
it's
puppy that we have right
it's
now,
more
it's eating
common
its own
in the
shit.
girl dogs because their motherly instinct is to clean up after their own
Oh god.
dogs.
Oh god.
Well, apparently one of the reasons
Yeah, I
why
don't know how
dogs
much I like
eat their
this
own
art.
shit.
Huh?
Apparently one of the reasons why dogs eat their own shit is because the shit smells like the food that they recently ate. So they think it's
Yeah.
Dude,
They
they'll,
think
they'll
it's
eat
more
that shit
food.
like it's nothing. It's disgusting.
they
Wait.
think it's more food. So they just eat it anyways.
How do I make this more prestigious? How do I make my
But
Dude,
in all
am I
seriousnness,
doing something wrong?
in
Hmm?
all seriousness,
Doing what?
I don't know how this thrower works. It's not doing anything.
oh shit.
You gotta hold it
in
I
in
am.
all
Hold it
seriousness, I
for a
just
while.
I just
There.
hate
Yeah.
I just hate how my mom
Wait till it
drags
gets
me
fully
about the
charged,
fucking
then release it.
waking up thing. You're like, oh, she's like, oh, you can wake up super early to go to Disneyland, but you can't wake up early to fucking to fucking just wake up in the morning with us. And I'm like, what
We-
the fuck does that have
we-
to do with like
Gotta thank
the way I
God.
sleep or not?
I don't know, but today seems kind of gay. No fucking
She also-
butt,
She
no
she also
sun.
doesn't like me staying up late either. Like she doesn't like the way I fucking sleep.
What's wrong with the way you sleep?
Because I go to sleep late and I sleep I go to sleep late and I sleep late. Like I don't or I wake up
Ah.
late.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's the nature of sleeping later in the day.
She fucking hates it. It's like one of her biggest pet peeves apparently.
Not getting up early in the morning?
Yeah, not getting up early in the morning like they do.
Okay.
And she
It
and
just
she
sounds like
also
it just sounds like they're upset that you don't have to wake up early. So they just want to make you wake up early too.
well it's funny because she fucking hates it when I sleep only like 5 to 6 hours for like Disneyland because I find Disneyland worth it to wake up early in the
Okay,
morning and
think of
to
it
go
think of it this
inside
way,
and everything.
Antonio. Think of it this, Antonio. You like Disneyland, yes?
Yeah.
Do you also like living under a roof?
Yes.
Then think of it as the dog is your key to having the house and having a roof under you. Above you, I mean. Under you. You're gonna be
What?
sleeping on the fucking roof.
Oh god.
But then again,
I
Oh
mean,
didn't they
god.
like kind of like straw neck you, whatever the hell it's called, for you to go into a like I'm not sure if this makes sense, but they like
There are
force you
just
to move with
15
them, huh?
million. I can't.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
I pretty much had no other choice.
I can't support myself on my own.
That's so stupid, man. I hate that your parents did that. I'm sorry. That's not a cool thing to do.
Well, no, dude, I had no choice. Like I
I
mean,
know, man. I know.
I, I,
It was so sucky. Like, shoot.
I could have had the possible choice to move in with my aunt in Santee or something like that, but
That's not what you
or
wanted
no,
to do.
she doesn't live in Santee. She lives in fuck, where is it? She li she lives
Oh
in
shit! This is losing a lot of money.
where does she live?
Okay, let's keep this all the same.
Shit. I gotta call in some ammo.
Shit, you're right. You're right, Frankie. You know what Frankie wants me to do?
My cousins go to school in
Wait, I'm sorry.
they go to school in god damn it, what is it is it Carmel Mountain High School?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they go to school.
Okay.
So
Grab
my
your
aunt
samples.
so my aunt lives in which area of San Diego would that be?
Fuck.
That's what he wants me to do. And Frankie wants
Here,
me to
take
Frankie
my
wants me to
bubble.
put every single ride as cheap as possible and
So my aunt
have the tickets cost like $50.
so my aunt pretty much lives in between Escondido and Poway. They live like right near Carmel Mountain High
Oh
School
god.
Let's try this.
because that's where my cousins go.
God
So
dang
yeah,
it. It's not working. I think I'm gonna lose all my people. Oh, look. Someone just came in. Oh, shit.
someone just came.
I came. Oh, wait. I have some people coming in. You know what I did, Antonio?
What?
I made all the rides, like literally everything, like 10 cents. But the ticket prices are 50
Oh,
bucks.
oh damn. Oh, so that's where my aunt lives. My aunt lives in Rancho Penasquitos. That's where she lives.
All right, 3 things we need to
So,
turn. One is
This
there.
park is a bargain
So
fee.
I
Wait, what?
so in reality, Sal, I could have moved to Rancho Penasquitos with my aunt, but at the time, my parents were adamant on me moving to Arizona with them because they're like, think of your nephew and your niece.
Fuck them bitches. I'm just.
Plus, they were adamant on moving as soon as my mom lost her job because they want to be closer to their grandchildren and everything. That's literally the entire reason that we moved out here because my mom lost her job. So as soon as she lost her job, she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to look anywhere else. I'm not going to even attempt to look anywhere else here. I want to move to Arizona.
Oh, okay. She doesn't want to move to Arizona. It sucks, man.
Like she didn't. She tried. She said that she tried to attempt to look for another job in California, but she said that no one was hiring apparently for her work experience,
Ah,
which is kind of sus.
what is her experience?
She has over 25 years of experience in the HR field.
And she still couldn't find a job, really?
Yeah.
That is very suspicious.
Oh.
It's because all she cares about right now is the grandchildren, pretty much.
Well, she's a grandma. Oh.
So that was the main reason.
Okay, this is not working. This is not
And
working
it's funny. It's funny because when my parents went on their cruise in January, they pretty much asked me before they left. They asked me, "What would you do if something happened to us on the cruise ship?" And I'm like, "What do you mean if something happened?"
I mean,
And
Antonio,
she's
that's a
like,
bit
"Well,"
obvious. Like, what if I died?
and 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 then she asked, "Would you move in with your Aunt Sue's in San Diego?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, pretty much. I miss San Diego." And she's like, "Well, I've already." And she's like, "Well, I've already told your aunt that, just in case,
Oh,
And
he
I'm like,
got
"Oh,
away.
okay." So basically, if something happened to my parents on that cruise, and they didn't come back, I would pack all my shit up and move back to San Diego.
Just to let you know,
I see.
Antonio, when the shit happens, like when I try to like get the future ready and shit, you're always invited to my house, boy.
When the shit goes down, you better be ready.
Yeah, boy. I'm.
But they nothing happened on the cruise ship, so
And that's
still
good.
here, still here in Arizona. But yeah, it's good overall.
They're gonna be experts.
I agree, Antonio, of course. You're always welcome with us, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you.
It just cost
Oh,
And by the
$5.
way,
That's all.
dude,
and by
I can't, dude. Literally, this is my last sim.
and by the way, if I were to ever move
Two
in with my
buckles, one-
aunt in Rancho Penasquitos, I wouldn't be too far away from you guys.
No, dude. I mean, but they're certainly closer than Arizona.
Oh shit.
A
wait,
lot
am I-
closer.
Oh, damn. Here, what the fuck, dude?
Here's a bubble.
Oh
It's just
no,
a
what's
quick
going
one.
on? What's going on with the shops and facilities? Park management is expensive. What?
I'm tossing you a railgun too.
And the
Thank you.
fact that Rancho Pen and the fact that where my aunt lives, there's literally a
Oh.
cotijas that's like right down the street from where she lives. And I fucking love their California burritos at cotijas. They're so fucking good. They're so yucking good.
Yucking good.
Alright, we can go this way. Okay, we'll ignore the bug hole.
You guys have had cotijas before, right?
I
Yeah, I have.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've had it.
You haven't had
I've had it.
cotijas?
I like
No.
having their really cheap bean and cheese.
Yeah, the bean and
course
cheese
you
are
do.
good.
What about their taquitos and quesadillas?
I
And
don't care
Bro,
about anything
when I was
else there.
when I
All I
was
care about is the cheap bean and cheese. That's it.
come
when I was
on,
a kid, hero, those bean and cheese burritos were $1.50.
Yeah.
Oh,
what are they
dude,
now?
yes.
It's still relatively cheap now. I think like what, $5 or something?
Yeah,
And they're pretty sizable.
yeah.
Dude,
Hence the reason those are
I
popular.
always have to get one of three things
12.
from Cotijas: a California burrito,
Let's do 10.
If I'm
the
gonna get a
taqui,
California
the
burrito, I'm gonna get it
Says
somewhere else.
10.
That's really good.
the taquito. What? The Cotijas one is good.
I agree. It's
But
pretty
is
good.
it really good?
It's not the best, but it's pretty good. I'll say
Yeah,
it's pretty
it's still pretty good for what it is. I mean, I like Lolitas a lot better. But for some reason, the Cotijas quesadilla is just so good. The cheese that they use for it is just spectacular. I fucking roll that shit up into like a burrito form and I just eat it and I'm like,
good. You're like,
yeah, I'm like, and their taquitos are pretty good too. Because
Nice.
the guacamole that they put on it is just heavenly, in my opinion. I also go,
Did you go?
Oh, oh god.
I can't click on
Cotijas
her.
has pretty much been our go-to place. That and Umberto's. Any Umberto's place. Or Roberto's.
I have no idea what the hell you've been talking about, Antonio.
Humbertos, HUM.
Umberto's and Roberto's.
What?
Oh god, that's a stalker. That's a stalker. That's a bitch.
And then, of course, Jack in the Box for some reason.
I mean,
Has
the
also
tacos
been our
are pretty
go-to in
good.
San Diego.
Crack in the box.
Crack in the Jack.
Man, I could use some crack right now.
Some crack.
By the way, I
That's
do
what's-
Heroes
recommend
like
the
I would like stimulants.
I do recommend the Jack Wraps at Jack in the Box. They are actually pretty good, including the spicy one with jalapenos.
You got that one?
Yeah, I had both versions. So I had the regular and I had the spicy. And the spicy's pretty good. The regular's pretty good too. Although it comes with pickles and I don't like
There.
pickles, so I just remove the pickles.
Damn.
Pickles are one of the
Where's the
most
food at?
disgusting creations ever created.
That's blasphemy.
No,
is-
seriously, Hero, if you see me try to attempt to eat one, I gag and I almost throw up.
The KKK looks awesome.
Blasphemy.
Are you reading this shit, Antonio?
Nah,
The
but I can understand
KKK
people have the
looks awesome.
preferences. But still, though.
For some
blasphemy.
for some reason, the taste just didn't sit right with me, and it just the first I remember the first time I tried it when I was a kid, and I did vomit.
I mean, what does it taste like to you?
To me, it tastes like what a sweaty gym sock would smell like. It's really weird.
It smells like sweaty gym socks to you. That's interesting. That is not at all
Or-
what pickles
Or
are.
it tastes like what a sweaty gym sock would smell like. It's
yeah,
pretty weird.
I don't know what pickle you tried. Well, do you know what
Pickles are
pickle you
fucking
tried?
disgusting. I don't give a shit what you guys
I've
say.
tried-
It smells like
I've
shit.
tried every
What the
I've
fuck?
tried every
hate
single
pickles,
form
man.
of pickle. I've tried every single form
Oh,
of
sorry.
pickles, and it all tastes the same to me.
Okay, I'm losing a lot of. Wait,
Yeah,
most people think shops are expensive.
yeah, well, I don't know what that is about. I'm just going to assume you have taste buds, a different set
No.
of taste buds that make them taste like that to you.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what goes on with that.
Yeah, as to why your taste buds are like that, I don't know, but that's a shame.
Prematurity?
No, I don't. I would assume it's more of a genetic thing.
It's funny because the
on,
rest of
catcher.
my family loves pickles, and I'm the only one who hates them.
You caught her!
Then who knows? Maybe that is the thing.
My dad like gobbles down pickles like nobody's business.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you
yet-
could have been unlucky.
and
Unlucky with
yet
the
my
genes.
No,
and yet
pickles
my
just
brother
suck. Pickles just suck. They're the worst fucking thing in the world.
and yet my
No, they don't.
and yet my
They're not bad.
brother and yet my brother gags at the sight of mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is disgusting too.
He gags at mayo.
Yeah, my brother gags at mayo.
Ah,
He
fuck,
cannot
you almost
stand
killed me.
mayo.
Light mustard
While I
mayonnaise
love
is
mayo.
amazing though.
Wait, what'd you say?
Light mustard mayonnaise is amazing.
Okay, you hate mayo on its own, but you like it with.
Well, okay. I hate American mayonnaise. I've had like the European mayonnaise, like in restaurants and shit. That is delicious. It's a fucking bomb.
Well, yeah,
Wait,
everything in
wait,
Europe
wait,
is
wait,
better.
wait, 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 wait. Hold up. When you're saying mayo, do you hate the mayo that's like not that's like the one that's not made with eggs?
I guess so.
Because that's probably what you're talking about. That mayo does suck.
You always get the ones that have the eggs in, because isn't like
Yeah,
mayo's like
if
made
you
out
want to
of
get
eggs?
yeah, no. If you want good mayo, you get
Yeah, it's
mayo
made out of egg
eggs.
whites. It's made out of egg whites.
Oh,
Yeah, the
fuck, I'm
other
losing
kind of
money.
mayo is not made out of egg,
I'm losing a lot of money. Why?
and that's the not so tasty mayo.
But it's funny. It's funny because
Let me see.
I had always had a very like sensitive palate when I was growing up as a kid.
Me too. I
This
had
was
that
slight.
too. It was a pain in
This
the ass.
this was slightly due to my autism, apparently, from what therapists have told me.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Tell your therapist to suck a butt
Um.
Why?
because she's a therapist.
What?
Oh my God, bro. But I eventually started growing out of it.
Butt looks ace.
I eventually started slowly growing out of it. Now it's much more of like a cooking preference, apparently. Like if I see a food that doesn't look like it's
wait a
like
minute.
all the way cooked to me, I won't eat it. Except for sushi.
Is there a reason for that?
That is not. That is not.
You just
Again,
like,
this
not
can-
like it.
This can be due to my autistic preferences.
No, I mean, okay, like when you look at food that's like not thoroughly uncooked, like what do you feel about it? Like, do you just like look at it and you're like, ew?
Well, yeah, if I see like chicken or beef or pretty much any meat that doesn't look like it that doesn't look like it's cooked to me, or it doesn't look like it's like cooked all the way to me, I won't eat it.
I mean, yeah, that can be a
makes a lot
natural
more
reaction
sense.
to that. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with autism.
And yet my parents don't like the way I do that.
What?
Because they're
Why?
yeah, my parents get on me about the certain it sometimes has to do with my mom's cooking. Sometimes.
Does she
Not all the
suck
time.
at cooking?
No,
So
she's an amazing
so
cook.
She cooks something like,
Uh,
and because you don't like it, she's like, you have shit tastes.
Well, it's based on the experience type of thing where she's like, out of all these years, have I ever made you sick with anything that I've cooked for you?
Say yes.
I mean, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? It's
I mean,
like, you could very clearly just say, well, I don't want to eat that. I would rather not. How hard is it to cook meat a little bit longer so it's more thoroughly cooked? It's not. Like it's not something to complain about.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
And she keeps on she gets into a state of denial where she keeps on saying to me, "It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine." Over and over
mean-
and over again until
Well,
I cave in or something.
oh, okay.
I'm running.
I'm just gonna go around looking
Are
for
we already tracking it?
thieves, pickpocketers.
Well, I mean, if you really are worried about it, you could just heat it up a little bit longer on your own, right?
Oh, wait
Right.
a minute. Wait a minute. Found you.
There's a hell bomb
but-
there. We're gonna blow that up.
But another thing is that it's just it probably also has to do with this OCD type of deal that I have.
Okay.
Because I can definitely
Yeah,
say that
same
I
for the
do
same.
have OCD.
Mhm.
Original cunt
And I-
disorder.
Yeah.
No.
No.
What the hell's OCD?
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
I don't know what that
My
Basically,
mom
means.
has
he has some sort of tick that he has to regularly do. Which, by the way, for you, what is
Oh,
that?
me?
um
Okay, I was
washing
off.
washing my hands a shit ton.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Literally like the aviator, like Leonardo DiCaprio, the
Yeah,
aviator.
basically
Literally
until your
like that.
hands are like dried.
Yep.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, watch out. You gotta watch out with that shit, dude. You're gonna rub your fucking hands dry, man.
Yeah, I always carry a bottle of lotion with me whenever I'm like
Yep.
at work or something, because
Oh,
sometimes I'll go,
fuck, someone
sometimes
threw
I'll
me.
be like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then for like literally, it's literally just to wash my hands because I touch something that doesn't feel comfortable to me, and it just, yeah, it's literally the Leonardo DiCaprio aviator mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. You get drink that?
Come on.
This
Alright.
carries over to food as well. So like if there's like a specific meat that doesn't look right to me, I won't eat it. Yet my parents don't believe me because they don't have the same tendency that I do.
Wait, what? What do you mean don't believe you?
They they just, because remember what I said where my mom keeps on like denying me,
Oh, wow.
where she keeps on saying,
Oh god.
it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, you're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, I mean that,
This
yeah.
is not looking good.
Okay, I thought you were talking about something else or something.
When it comes to like the way I look at cooked food,
Right.
specifically meats.
Oh god, I'm probably gonna bleed out. Yes.
Like I'm comfortable with sushi because I know the way, because I know I researched the way, how sushi is made and everything, and how thorough the cleaning process is for making sushi. So I'm totally fine with eating sushi. But when it comes to like other meats that can be undercooked or overcooked, and it just doesn't sit right with me. But my parents just don't acknowledge that
This fucking dick.
because they don't have the same tendency that I do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as it's temperature cooked, it should be fine. Oh shit,
Yeah,
we
it
We
were
got
it
in the
2
it
wrong.
minutes,
just
girl. We need to get out of here.
it
Yeah,
just it
we gotta go
just
now.
it just kind of sucks, to have a family that doesn't really acknowledge your disorders as something that should be,
Oh god, and your bomb killed me.
No, god damn it.
Pick
Wait,
up my
is it still the
samples.
fucking? Is it still the fucking?
The
like
stratagem
do
cooldown? I don't
Yeah, the
know.
strategy shit. No, no,
No.
like
fuck.
Yep.
do you guys know what I mean?
Wait, what?
I pretty much said, it kind of sucks. Like I'm in a position where my family just doesn't really acknowledge the fact that my OCD tendencies are like a thing.
Fuck.
What do you mean they don't acknowledge that they're a thing?
Because they just don't, it just doesn't feel supportive enough. Like the things that they say to me about it just doesn't feel supportive at all.
Supportive.
It's almost like they're in a stage of denial.
Like, what? Well, I mean, what are they saying? Like your OCD's not real?
And well, I wouldn't go that far. They just think that I shouldn't take it so seriously.
Shouldn't it? What do you mean? Like,
Take it so
what?
seriously.
What does that
Like,
even
what do you
mean?
mean?
Like
Take it so seriously.
like like
All right,
washing
here,
my
that's
hands
enough
all
for me for
like
tonight.
washing my hands all the time, thoroughly expecting food to make sure it's fully cooked.
Well, I mean,
That
if
sort
it's
of thing.
if it's an OCD, you can't necessarily immediately help that. Like,
I know.
it's a disorder for a reason.
And it's also not a bad thing to want your food to be clean.
Actually, I want my
I
food to be
know, but
super.
it's. I think it's.
Come in my
I think it's
dookie.
also. I think it's also due to the fact that my parents never grew up in that type of environment where they cared about certain things a lot more than others,
Mhm.
and they always thought that they were fine that way. So that could be part of the reason why they don't acknowledge my OCD the way it is. It just kind of sucks. It kind of sucks having a family that doesn't really take your disorders that seriously, and they just
Hey, you gotta make the best out of it, though, man. That's what you gotta do. It's gonna suck, but hey, it can always be worse. You can be a little bitch.
and at one point my mom actually did admit to me that it was kind of frustrating, that my OCD tendencies were kind of frustrating to live through, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right coming from a parent.
Frustrating for people? I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
can be
mean, yeah,
frustrating.
they can be frustrating, dude. It's true.
Yeah, like imagine dealing with me and shit. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's pretty much the definition of those tics is that they're frustrating for most people to deal with.
yeah, including the person who has them.
But that doesn't
Yeah,
mean she doesn't love you.
true. Actually, that is true.
It just means that she wishes that you were a million billionaire. That way she could
What?
steal all your money.
All right, yeah, whatever. I don't know what that one.
What's he talking about?
Well, it's because my parents have never experienced this. They
Like,
they don't
I'm like,
know
oh,
they don't know what it's like to grow up with these sort of tendencies, and
I mean,
they
you don't
don't.
necessarily need to know what it's like to grow up with those tendencies. Understanding that someone has them is like, okay, you can do that. Understanding that they have very difficult time controlling that is possible. You totally can. Not like you can't.
Antonio, this
I
is
did
working.
I did say to her that it was sort of just like part of my personality, and then she took kind of like an offense to that.
In offense to
Dude,
it.
she's gonna get offensive by your personality.
No, but well, I pretty much defined my tendencies and my disorders as part of my personality, and she said, yeah, and it's frustrating to deal with them, and I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, hmm
And
Tell
so
her that
and
you
so
will
and so
massage your
and
feet.
so when I said to her, so you wouldn't be supportive of it in any way, and she cut me off before I could say anything else.
well, I mean, okay, like, what are you trying to say? You want her to support the fact that you have an OCD?
Well, yeah,
But what do you mean support? Like,
like
how?
just acknowledge the fact that it's
You
something that
want her to be sympathetic, more
it's
sympathetic.
Yeah, because
kind of, yeah,
I
There
wouldn't
we
say
go. That's
support.
what you.
Support is not really the right word, because like say,
sympathetic,
if you're saying
Yeah.
sympathetic.
If
if you're
she
saying
sympathizes with
support,
you, it
if you
supports
s-
you. That
yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
yeah, like if you're saying
like,
support in that sense, it sounds like you're saying like, oh yeah, everyone should have OCD. It's a good thing. No, it's not. It's not. Now, if
That
you say
that's
sympathetic
that's
to the
that's
fact
the
that you have OCD, then yes, you could be sympathetic for a person. You could be like,
that's
yeah, that sucks. I understand it. We'll try to accommodate you as best as we can.
yeah, they're not sympathetic towards my disorders at all.
That's
They
fucked
find
up.
that
So,
they kind of find it to be a nuisance.
okay, I mean, yeah, yes, obviously people would find an OCD disorder to be a nuisance in their lives. Like, yes, it's just a thing that you have to manage and deal with, right? They're disorders for a reason, right?
But
So,
it doesn't necessarily affect them that much.
it's true.
I
It's
just want
true.
things to be
Oh,
I just want things to be
I mean,
clean.
are you sure it doesn't affect them that much? Did you ask them about it? Did you talk to them about it?
Well, actually, on some level, Antonio, I will say this sounds like the kind of impetus you need to get you to start cooking. Because if you cook your food, you know exactly how clean it is.
Actually, yeah, Antonio.
True.
Do you
Because
not know?
Good point.
Do you know how
I
to cook,
went through
Antonio?
I went through kind of a similar thing that you did when I started to notice that I actually like to cook my food differently than my parents do. I like my eggs made differently. I like my food seasoned differently. I like slightly different vegetables in my shit than my mom does now. You know what I mean? I like to make my shit different. So eventually I was like, you know what? Well, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never had the option of telling my mom what to put in my food.
Oh, dude,
That was never an option. With
I
you know what
know
I'm saying? Like I
exactly how
don't
you feel, man. That's a terrible feeling.
you might have been able to do that, but like that wasn't a thing here because not only did I get forced to cook the food, but I had to cook it exactly the way my mom taught me, or else I got my ass beat.
Bruh.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
So because of that,
My mom would just eat the
I
food
pretty much had
herself.
no
She wouldn't even like hesitate.
I pretty much had no choice but to learn how to cook. But the silver lining to that is now I can cook my own fucking food and I can cook literally whatever I feel like. I can find any recipe on the internet and I can cook that shit
Hell
and it'll
yeah,
be good.
man. We gotta learn how to make adobada. That's what I want to know.
I know how to make adobada. I just don't know what the marinade formula is, but I know how they make it. You just leave your pork marinated and you have to have it sliced in like really thin, flat slices. And then you have to just get a metal spike and fucking layer all the fucking meat on top of the spike
Hell
over and
fucking
over
yeah, that sounds good.
until it
But
makes a pyramid. And then
but
you put that spike,
that's the
stab it
thing.
into the
Like
ground or like a rock or something, and then you just twist it around a fire.
I think that's the
I hope that's
difficulty though, is that I'm never truly motivated to cook for myself ever. Ever. Like I
Oh, that's
never
because you've never
find the
had to.
motivation to yeah.
You've never been forced to.
I mean,
So
is there a reason you don't want to?
Mark
because
rating is
they
pretty
cook for him. There's no reason for him to because they make his food
I mean, you
and
have
they
no.
buy all the
Yeah.
groceries and they buy all the frozen food. Like you've
Eh,
never been forced to.
Yeah,
Antonio,
and every
you
single
gotta
Like
do
time
that because
motivation,
you
motivation doesn't just fall out of the sky. You either have to be forced to do it by somebody or something happening, or you have to like watch a movie or like hear a what listen to a music video or some shit like that where it like randomly inspires you and then you just kind of fall into it. But other than that, the only way you're going to start cooking is to just force yourself to start cooking. It's going to take about
honestly,
28
honestly,
days
honestly,
to force your brain to build the habit, and that's neuroscience. It takes about 28 days for a new thing to soak into your brain cells.
yeah, 28 days later.
That I wish that was like the coincidence, but it's not.
and every single time my parents and even my brother have tried to force me, they pretty much just they it
Well, no, see,
the
that's
motive
the
what?
thing is like when I say force, I just mean like you've never had any reason to cook. Like there's no reason
right,
for you to do it. There's plenty of food there that you don't have to cook, right?
right, right.
So if there was no frozen food and it was just groceries, you would have no choice, right?
Yeah.
See, but then the problem with that is you work and you can order out your own food. So for the most part, if you really wanted to, you could just feed yourself.
And I could just buy any ready to eat food that the store has right there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you
exactly.
could do that.
You
I do
just
that sometimes
yeah.
too, man. Yeah.
A lot of people do that. Like the majority of adults right now are doing that because they can't afford. Actually, because remember, most of them don't have a house to cook in. So a lot of people are just eating out for the most part.
It's
Oh, that's
cheaper
Which,
sometimes, man.
yeah, it is cheaper, especially out here in Arizona. Are you kidding me?
Well, no. Eating out is never cheaper than buying groceries.
yeah.
In Arizona,
Like,
it is.
no. Meaning, like, you could go buy some fruits and vegetables and make yourself some delicious ass shit for like $50. That'll feed you for the month. It's just that most people don't like to eat that kind of diet. So the kind of shit they like to eat is really expensive. But it is possible for you to eat on the cheap. Like I'm
That's
gonna just be honest with you. You can go buy a fucking like dog food sized bag of rice and a dog food sized bag of beans for about $100, and that'll feed you for like 3 months.
It absolutely will. I can
Hell
attest
yeah.
to
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Like it is 100% possible. You just like you're lacking the imagination, if you will.
Honestly,
Get
Antonio,
creative with your
you
food.
know what I lived off of
And
for
You
a
by
can make a
long
lot of
ass
you can
imagination,
time?
make a
quote,
lot of
by
staple
imagine,
foods taste really
yeah,
good.
by imagination, quote unquote, I mean poor. Like, because that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I grew up in Tijuana, every morning for breakfast, it was either eggs with like these like really tiny sausages that my nana used to buy from the grocery store. It was either eggs and these tiny sausages with tapatio, corn flakes with sugar sprinkled on top, which was the majority of the time,
Hell yeah.
or
That's
or
new.
um, specialty like on Saturdays, my grandma would make like the Mexican brand Aunt Jemima pancakes. Remember before Aunt Jemima got canceled, quote unquote, for no reason at
Yeah.
all. Actually, that one was ridiculous. But anyways, um, so she used to
Um.
that was pretty much that was breakfast like literally every day for my grandma for like 20 years,
There, let's try this.
20, 30 years.
Yeah, I'd say a majority of my diet consists of not just frozen foods, but ready to eat foods and my mom's
Yeah,
cooking.
dude, that's well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with your mom's cooking, but
No, no,
frozen
nothing at all.
frozen foods are unfortunately not very good for you because in order for them to preserve when they freeze, they have to be high in salt. So a lot of them are
Yeah,
just really, really high in salt, which isn't a
in
huge
sodium.
problem for most people until you start to develop some kind of kidney failure or some kind of like AFib, irregular heart rhythm, or you get like some kind of gallbladder disorder, like something where the doctor tells you, okay, you need to lower your salt intake, then those kind of meals will become an issue. But like, there's nothing technically wrong with eating them. Like, you're not like overeating a bunch of food, obviously. So, like,
No,
you know,
and
it's not
and
the
it's
biggest
funny.
deal. You just want to make sure that you're getting all the food groups, and you should at least be taking some multivitamins, like an adult multivitamin.
It's funny because last time I went to the doctor, they told me that I was underweight and that I needed to actually eat more food
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised.
sounds like something you should be doing.
to gain weight.
And when they say and when you eat more food, it doesn't even need to like. To be honest, it could be like how many meals do you eat a day? Would you say like full meals?
Two.
About 2 meals a day. Yeah. So
Oh,
then pretty much you don't even have to add another full meal if you don't want to. Like if you feel like you're forcing yourself to eat at that point, and it's like unappetizing.
Mine's just
You
Yeah.
add
don't
extra
have.
portions.
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah,
have
yeah, exactly. You can either add extra portions to your 2 meals you already eat, or if that's too much, like you're already eating and feeling
And
full,
now,
then
if
it
it's
just means you
if
have.
it's if it's something that my mom cooks that I really really love, I'll eat.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
eat. I'll eat more portions than I usually do of that.
Yeah. That sounds like home cooking tastes better than the frozen food, so you'll eat more of that.
Oh yeah. Like for
Yeah.
example, tonight we had baked pork chop with Brussels sprout and potato cakes, and
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
and I ate a second portion of the roasted Brussels sprout with potato cakes.
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with that, dude. I love that.
You know what I used to eat, man? I used to make some meat on the side and macaroni and cheese.
Hmm.
Hell
Some kind of
yeah.
meat.
Hell yeah. I like to do that shit.
Most of my diet comprises of like I would say I would say noodles, sandwiches.
I mean, it's better than
That
my diet. You know what I've been eating a lot of? Atol pata fries for like the past like 6 months.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
actually
Like
not. I'm
and
actually pretty like happy with my diet. I feel like
and
I
we
eat a pretty
pretty
good.
and we eat fast food like pretty much once every week.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Well, I mean, once a week is not really bad, honestly. I feel like I eat it a lot more than that.
But have you been do you like exercise or run? Because I run a freaking lot, man.
I walk my dogs every morning.
Like how much? A
Uh,
good like 10,
I
20
don't
minutes?
know. I don't know how. Well, we go for like 15, 20-minute walks.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect.
I don't know
That's
that.
good enough. That's good enough. Doing it every day, every morning. That's good. That's good enough. Yeah. Knowing you that you don't eat completely unhealthy and that you actually move around a bit. Yeah. You won't have
Although
any problem.
my parents beg to differ about my diet, but
Oh, what do you eat?
well,
I'll be right
like I
back.
said, my diet mostly comprises of like noodles, pasta, sandwiches, sometimes burgers.
What comes in these sandwiches and burgers?
Well, sandwiches, sometimes I make my own
Oh
sandwiches,
my
and then
God,
other
no.
times
Oh
I
my
just
God,
order
you,
from
dude,
other
dude, dude,
places.
you're gonna have AIDS. No. Oh my God, you're dead now. It's the most unhealthy thing ever, Antonio. You gotta stop doing that. Your new diet now consists of chocolate pudding,
What the fuck?
frozen DiGiorno's
Yeah,
pizza.
I love chocolate pudding, dude.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Jello.
yeah. Some Ding Dong Donuts.
I'm actually gonna be getting off early tonight because I'm fucking tired. We were like hiking all over the damn
Oh yeah,
safari
no
park
problem,
today.
man. No problem, man. I'm probably gonna get off very soon
But
too.
I will see you tomorrow, obviously, Salvador.
Hell yeah, man. It'll be
You
so
know what? I
dope.
gotta go to bed too.
Oh, okay, I think
It's
everyone's
it's
going to
getting
bed.
it,
Yeah. What
it's
time
It's
is
getting
all
it?
late.
good.
All right.
I probably won't be on tomorrow, considering that I get off at 9 o'clock.
Damn, man.
Um,
Sounds good, dude.
but I might be on Saturday, since on Saturday I only work 4 hours on Saturday,
Hi, baby.
Hell yeah.
and I get off at 8 o'clock, so I'll join in later.
Yeah.
But
All right,
Okay,
that
yeah.
was my
um,
stream, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will
Okay,
see you
I'm back.
later.